moment was about when I first started working at a Puerto Rican restaurant here in Division a long time ago, and I was making mofongo. That was like my main job, and I started to notice I'm making these mofongo. Oh, yes! Now we're getting it. Let's light some candles. Where's the incense? It's gonna be a party tonight. And this poem is about how the process of making those mofongos was very similar to that process that made the Latino. So this poem goes like this. Pero que pasó, Josué? I say, as I walk into the kitchen, late as usual, and put on my apron, still stained from the churrasco steaks I was cutting the night before. It's the early evening and we're booked on this spring Saturday, I was told, as I take my place at the cutting board across from the deep fryer. My right arm is still sore from the smashing of mofongos all week, and I feel it when I slice the plátanos vertically on each side. But not before I chop off the tips. Toss them in the hot water to soften them up a bit. Oye, que son tres mofongos y uno sin tocino, cántamela, Josué, I reply as I start to force the skin open off the plátano. Pieces of this carcass stay stuck in my fingers and my hands turn dirty gray. I cut the fruit into the thickness of an ivory domino. Then toss it into the deep fryer. When it's ready, I swing the basket over onto the cutting board and feel the hot grease from the basket drip into the toes of my shoes, soaking through and reaching my socks. But I'm numb to the pain. I smile to myself when I hear Josué singing old Spanish reggae song by El General, like Burukunguna, Burukunguna. Eso no me gusta para mí as he grills the meat while shaking his hips. Eso es, Luis. I had never been to the island, so he brought the island to me. I grabbed the pilon like the way a jibaro grabs a machete because I'm ready to go to work. First, I toss in the bits of tocino. They crunch them up like grains of sand. Then I pour un poco de aceite de ajo, which is followed by un chilín de sofrito. Mix it up with a spoon, pour a handful of plátano bits, and then I pound, pound, pound. With the intensity of an African drummer, add some more and pound, pound, pound with the violent intentions of a Spanish conqueror. Pound, pound, pound. Like a gaino, chiseling, petroglyphs. Flip over the pilon and slam it on top of the table to reveal a delicious, perfect, dome-shaped blend that was made from the peeling, the slicing, the frying, and the smashing of the plátano. My arm hurts. My hands are still stained, dirty gray. Thank you. Wow.
This one is called Something is Not Right Today. I'm not that good as Josué. I don't know it by heart. Something is not right today. Feelings of anger fly through my head. Is it really anger or something else? I'm having trouble understanding myself. Why some behavior and words bother my mind? What is the real meaning behind? A lesson to be learned? An opportunity for change? Why is there an uncomfortable feeling which fills my mind with endless weaving? A bumpy fabric is being woven. My shield is responding. I don't like this dirty road. There are no flowers coloring the mountains at the end of this road. I need to change paths. No joy can be given in this valley of darts. My heart is being pierced. The good me is being replaced by the darkness that is within me. The darts are giving way to the evil that is in me. I implore to God of all seeing and unseen, Come repair my heart for the evil to disappear. Lock it in the dungeon, the one that is under sea. Chain it to the bottom where the whales live. And don't let it see the light that wants to shine endlessly. I proclaim to the universe that is inside me, take charge and win the battle for me. Cleanse my heart of impurities and let the crystal clear river once again pour out of me.
Y'all want to hear another one?
Yeah.
It's called Tsunami.
You okay?
Como un tsunami volviste a entrar, desgarrando todo al pasar. En un día tranquilo de aguas paradisíacas, agarraste fuerza con el mar. Tanta fue la fuerza que recogiste todas las aguas hasta dejar seco el fondo del mar. Tú seguiste humedeciendo con las aguas jaspeadas de esmeraldas, zafiro y topaz. Aguas templadas caribeñas con brisas relajantes provenientes de un amanecer. Todo en perfecta armonía universal. Yo quedé en la sequedad del fondo del mar, buscando aliento en el sonido interno de los caracoles, que siempre llevan la huella del mar. Recorrí las arenas en busca de respuestas por la estampida oceánica que ocurrió en un despertar. No hubo respuesta. Solo tristeza sin poderme consolar. Aprendí a vivir en el desierto, sacando el agua de las dunas, imaginando el verde en los médanos, creando un oasis virtual. Aprendí a sobrevivir sin tu líquido vital. Finalmente conseguí la paz, convirtiéndome en camaleón para cualquier color poder llevar. Aprendí del desierto una nueva realidad. Pero tú, como el tsunami, regresaste para reventar tus aguas cálidas recogidas en tiempos de ansiedad y con ellas arrasar con la paz que al fin había podido alcanzar. Tus aguas destrozaron todo, llevándose las estructuras recién empezadas de lo que había sido un romance único, eso pensaba. Todo se removió con la oleada, dejando al descubierto solo dos pilares que me ayudaron a empezar. Los pilares los guardo como símbolos de esperanza, sabiendo que después de un tsunami la vida puede renacer y brotar. Brotar flores bellas, fragantes, para un corazón muerto volver a latir con libertad.
Hey.
Yeah.
Rocío, bendiciones para todo el mundo. Chao para todo el mundo. En el grupo pelea para todo el mundo. En el grupo pelea para todo el mundo. Hasta para los que se olvidaron y me tiraron. Bendiciones para todos los que me maldicen y que me perdonen si hago de tu son. Hablan de hipocresía, no, que se contradicen. Yo combino la disciplina con los días grises. Son los de eso, hablan de por eso. Ellos me sacan el dedo mientras yo les digo eso. Ay, mi vida es un VIP y tu mala vibra no está aquí. Me estoy cuidando del virus y de los envidiosos. Yo sigo siendo el mismo, no me quiero famoso, no, arrebatado. Viendo todo doloroso, gracias a eso soy todo día hermoso. A la enfermera y los doctores, a Puerto Rico, huracanes y temblores. Yo tengo fe de que vendrán días mejores. Ay, y que salen de colores. La vida es corta y yo quiero más amores. Por ahora sí.
Buenas noches a todos, todas. My name is Crystal, mi nombre es Crista. Voy a decir un poema en español. My poem's gonna be in Spanish. Okay. Este se titula, como andamos en el Caribe, se titula El Caribe. Okay. Demasiada blanca por la playa. Demasiadas blancas por la playa. Demasiada blanca y blancas y Biancas y Britney y Mike y John y Steve. Playas blancas dicen, pero siempre se tinguen. Demasiados sueños color tierra por la playa. Demasiados sueños y noches sin sueños. Pesa el día y las pesadillas. Trabajo de cuerpo como trabaja la mente. Cada momento de pausa, una pausa, y las palabras y las palmas resuenan. A veces los recuerdos las marean, por siempre ya perversas por tener que pedir dólares con el cuerpo. Las blancas y los blancos por la playa no ganan su dinero con su cuerpo, pero cómo la compran. La negrita, la india, la chela, la caracola y su blanquita. Dolor y dólares, el sueño americano gringo, quemarse, coger cocos y coca. La más loca poco puede más. Hamburguesas de $10 y las mujeres igual. Carne y cane. Han olvidado vivir sin querer comérselo todo. El blanco se creó, escribe Galeano, cuando un hombre se comió la bebé de una familia de África. Ellos le prendieron fuego hasta dejarlo color ceniza, color polvo, color blanco. A veces el mito cuenta mejor la historia.
Wow. So I wrote this 4 years ago when I was 14. So keep in mind, as someone who just graduated 8th grade, going into high school, a lot of new transition and just a lot of zest for life and new experiences. So my father taught me how to defend myself from a not so forgiving world, where bodies drop and hearts are broken day by day. I suppose he wanted to scare me and make me aware of what reality was truly like and what to expect in my life. But instead, it made me curious and want to venture out into the world even more. As a 14-year-old now, I dream of what my future will possess and what awaits for me. Although I am in no rush, I know exactly what I want for my life. I want everything. I want to experience everything, to touch, feel, see, and taste just about everything. Why limit myself to what I have now when there is a whole world out there and nothing stopping me from experiencing it all? I do not expect to live a perfect life where I can live happily ever after. My goal is to not live a fairy tale because I will simply just be living a lie. This world is not perfect nor forgiving by any means. We live in a world where people can mistake your kindness for an invitation and provide you with no aid when you fall down and believe the solution to everything must result in violence and war and is just expected from humanity. We are all in complete control of our lives and choose the path we go on to reach success. Our world is not wonderful or nurturing, but is also not horribly dangerous. Everyone has an untold story, each different and unique, but none more important than the other. Our world is full of billions of untold stories, all walking among each other and living their own lives. I do not want to be an untold story. I want my life and what I accomplish in the future to be shared everywhere and seen by everyone. I'm still not quite sure exactly how I plan on doing that, still true, or what I'm gonna do as of now to reach my goal, but I intend on experiencing something new every day until I eventually get there and get to say that I experienced it.
Wow. So I want to read a book, I want to read a poem by one of my favorite poets. His name is Desmond Egan, and he's from Ireland. He's 85 years old now. He's published many books, but I met him in 2015 at the Irish American Center, and he invited me to Ireland. And in 2016, I went to Ireland. He has a festival there, a international poetry festival. And one of the wonderful things is that I was crossing the bridge into Kildare, into Newberry. He had asked, I had told him that I was Puerto Rican from Chicago. So he got the message pretty clearly. And in the bridge, they had flags from all the poets from all over the world. And he had a Puerto Rican flag for me on the bridge. And so that was just a spectacular thing to see. I was the only Puerto Rican, of course, in the festival. But I want to read this poem in his book called Famine. And it's really, the Irish, they were a colony, little part of it still is a colony for many, many centuries, 800. And in this poem, he really talks about that. But one of without revealing the punchline, it's really about how the empire tries all these tricks of colonialism, but is unable to change through their mischief to change the people of Ireland. Took away our great forest, took our cattle away, took away our farming, our wool, our linen, our glass, grabbed the very plots from under our hungry eyes, starved our language, tried our religion too, tumbled the nation's destiny, drove us into the ditches of Europe and onto the sad tides. 1,000 years of murder, 1,000 years of plunder, 1,000 years of rape, the curse of Riley on you, the curse of Cromwell too, 1,000 years in cells, 1,000 years climbing the gallows, the gibbet, the wooden triangle, and the disciplined army lash beginning at 100 strokes. 1,000 years. 1,000 years of war and famine and plague. 1,000 years on the run. 1,000 years of dying instead of being alive. Took away our childhood. Took our parents away. Sisters, brothers, families. Took away our heroes. Too bitter a list. Knotted our future into a past to whip us with. Gave us Pax Britannica. Slavery beneath the slavery of the slaving capital of the world. Gave us plenty to die for. Gave us their neurosis, their nervous tick of empire, their need to be admired, and threw in as a bonus their honest astonishment at our refusal to be improved.
Yeah.
I'll read this poem. I read it the other day, but I haven't read it enough yet because, the pandemic stopped all these performances. But I wrote it last year, but I was able to read it a couple of times, and then I read it a couple of times this year. So here's one more, because poets and also poets and everybody, we need to repeat the same story in order for it to stick in the head. And that's what poets do, and just to remind, favorite song, we listen to the same stuff all the time. We love it. But anyways, this one's called Rainbow Shoes. Hopefully I can remember in my brain. I am the tour guide. I am the docent. I walk with rainbow shoes, Converse, thick laces. I haven't gone anywhere. I haven't left. I survived La Division Street, Paseo Boricua's next, Chicago. Our story defies your attempt to gentrify these steel banderas, our residentes permanentes. I walked here when we were within shooting distance from each other. I walk here now and we are within loving distance from each other. I remember before I had rainbow shoes, on this corner, the blue shoe gang, on that corner, the green shoe gang, on the next corner, the brown shoe gang, 3 blocks away, the red shoe gang, 6 blocks away, the yellow shoe gang. Yeah. So many obstacles, colonial divisions. The wrong shoe might get you jumped or chased just to get to school a few blocks away, so I prayed for rainbow shoes. Yeah. They came to me, a gift from the 3, un tesoro de los santos. No son Jordans, but I can jump triunfando. Hello? Hello? I'm not afraid anymore. We made it difficult to be erased. Murals in every corner, our story is safe. I walk in freedom now, yo ando feliz. Steel banderas above me and rainbow shoes on my feet.
Okay, so my name is Maximino. I write music. I'm Jordan's twin. Some of you know him. He works here.
Well.
Jordan. Pero once the music starts, I'm gonna sing a song for you that I wrote. If you have someone you love, think about that person. Okay, we went out for a drink. I'll do acapella.
Yeah, do it. Run it back, rewind.
Alright, cool, let's all go. We're having a good time.
Baby, how you do it? How you make me see in a new way? Always turn up on a Tuesday. I get lost from what you say. Okay, we went out for a drink. And I met you sleep. Next day you said I was coming. You were certified free. You the woman of my dreams. And if worse come to worse, you shoot for me. You look for me. so good to me. That pleasure me. You got that water me. Baby, put it in my face. Baby, put it in my face. Give it some time. I'll give you some keys. What do you dream? Open your eyes. Early, I'm singing a song.
No, you got it. Woo!
Bottle of pop, I'm trying to drive. On the head out your guy, girl. We get the bustin' and we'll need the mop. Choose me. No hello, baby, bounce that big old booty, big old. Hell of a night, it's paradise. Hell of a night, it's paradise. I'm in a skirt, looking on my fingers, cause you know what I'm doing. I put in no work, fuck you on my teeth, so they come and need it back. Baby, wanna rewind, hit it for the behind. Remember that one time I hit it at the show. Baby, wanna rewind, hit it for the behind. Remember that one time I hit it at the show. Hell of a night is paradise. Hell of a night is paradise. Yo, so I started making music this year. I'm gonna tell you what my vision is, right? My vision, I'm 28, right? I'm not the young whippersnapper, right? So I'm out here doing my thing, and what I wanna do is encourage people my age, younger than me, and older than me, just to go out there and do your thing. Make music if you wanna make music. You wanna paint, paint. You wanna write a poem, do it. You wanna walk 5 miles for a cause, do it. Whatever it is, you just gotta do it. Just do it. All right, so run this next one. This is about being different. This is about being unique. So when you hear the song, just think about it. How does this apply to you? You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and run it. This is the next one. Life a game, life a puzzle, and I'm winning. Know where I come from, so I ain't tripping. Follow my girl in the bedroom and the kitchen. I love my girl, she ain't the type to be tripping. Nighttime, ride around like a villain. When it's the right time to move, then I feel it. Never talk too soon, I don't reveal shit. From the shadows to the top, that's some real shit. You feel who I am before I say it. Had I paid a pretty penny, but I paid it. Enjoying the whole cake, cause I baked it. Laughing at my ops, cause they faked it. Am I on my own? Some of y'all way too old to be breaking codes. Am I on my own? Some of y'all way too old, talking about we pros. Who the fuck are you? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. I'ma have to let you go. Simple shit that you should know. Simple shit that you should know. Simple shit. I'm a traveler in a new world. New characters cold like. I'm a traveler in a new world. New characters cold like. Let's go sometimes. Keep going. I'm trying to blend in with these people. Don't come sideways, missing like Nemo. Don't act rah around me neither. These eyes have seen real evil. I'm trying to blend in with these people. Don't come sideways, missing like Nemo. Don't come rah around me neither. These eyes have seen real evil. Am I on my own? Some of y'all way too old to be breaking codes. Am I on my own? Some of y'all way too old, talking about we bros. But who the fuck are you? Huh? Who the fuck are you? Cause I'm trying to blend in with these people. Don't come sideways, missing like emo. Don't act rah around me neither. These eyes have seen real evil. Am I on my own out here? I feel all alone out here. Am I on my own out here? I feel all alone out here. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to everyone who put this together.
Everybody to the top, to the bottom. I want to see the community come out more and more. I want to see the youth, the people above us, our elders, the kids, everybody come together and just light this place up. Because humanity, that's what we do. So go ahead. So, hey, my name is Max. Hopefully, let's see one.
You're just like, man, I'm like, yeah, I want to go outside right now. Let's do this, bro. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out to the Mercado open mic. I'm gonna end this piece de coup with this last poem. This is a brand new poem that I wrote, and this is probably the third time that I think that I performed it out to the public. So we're gonna end with this piece. So I'm gonna do this without a mic. Can you in the back, hear me okay? Yeah. That's what's up. Latinx. Latino. Latina. Latine. Latin. Hispanic. The newest people of Earth. Born from war. We will always be in struggle. The pain is bred within our skin. Azteca, Taino, Inca, Maya, Arawak. Blood drips from the battles and soaks deep into the earth, drowns the dirt with the invasive genes and sprouts generations of resistance. African, Dingo, Mandingo, Gold Coast, Ivory Coast, slaughters in the name of the Savior, Jesucristo, who weeps on pyramids desecrated for his empire, while Santeros in the Caribbean practice in secret, and Mexicas dance in La Villita. North, South, Central, American footsteps of coyotes reveal the map of perseverance to reach the promised land of El Norte, patiently breaking borders. Spanish, English, Spanglish. The poet paints with palabras, but struggles to define the we. The words that cannot solve the rompecabezas, 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 rompecabezas that is us. So the poet instead documents the love and faith of our people. Criollo, mestizo, mulata, sambo, negrito, hincho, morena, India. Tears are sometimes found in the sands, buried with Spanish armor, and other times they are washed away by the waves, adding to the torment of the sea. A plea for peace that has lasted over 500 years. Chicano, Chicana, Nuyorican flags, desperate to cover the city in our colors, fly in forbidden promised lands. Wetback, spit, the pride, burning, baking in our bellies, erupts through our voice as we yell in defiance at the attempt to be named, to be cornered, to be still, to be quiet. Is this why we always change our name? Is this why we have so many names? Or will it continue to be shaped like us? Hispanic, Latin, Latino, Latina, Latine, Latinx. What is next? Thank you. Thank you, Ciudadano. Thank you, Mercado.